Come along with Callie and Cozy and get tangled up in Disney.
No choice. Here comes the smolder.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 34 of Tangled Up in Disney. If you're listening to this on like Spotify or Apple, sorry for that awkward pause at the beginning. I forgot that I have to like hit an intro button. So sorry about that. That was definitely my fault. We're also we're a day late on this. Cozy's computer was possessed.
Yeah, it decided that it wanted to die yesterday.
Randomly, and then suddenly start working again with absolutely no explanation why. So
Unplug
we're at the
everything.
mercy of electronics.
Unplug everything and plug it back in. It always works. I did that
Truer
5
IT
times.
words have never been spoken.
Put it in rice. That's what I should have tried. Just put it in rice.
She's going to send me a picture next week, and her whole PC is just going to be sitting in and let me tell you, she has this much rice.
Okay.
I know this for a fact.
Okay, buddy.
Just don't cook it first. Make sure it's, uncooked rice.
I am very good at cooking a lot of rice. So
Cozy's very good at cooking. Yeah. So like family reunions, if you need rice, Cozy's your girl.
I will, yes. You're welcome.
I feel like I say this every week, but we are going to do something a little different this week. I've been in a very nostalgic gaming mood, and I thought it'd be fun because video games is what brought us together in the first place to talk about what our top 5 ever video games are. So we're going to do that. We do have some Disney updates. We're not going to leave you guys high and dry on that. And there's a few things that are interesting this week. Plus the earnings call today. Not a lot out of that, honestly, but we would be remiss to not talk about it.
Yep.
Also, I'm going to put this out into the world. Tonight is the last night for the Taylor Swift show, and I am anticipating 1989 TV to be announced. And if I am wrong, you all get to point and laugh at me next week, but I am saying it right now. I believe it's happening tonight.
I believe you're correct.
All signs point to tonight. I'm ready.
Any Swifties?
Tell us. Give me what your favorite Swiftie album and song is. What's your favorite era? My favorite album has been Reputation for years now. My 2 and my 3 shift back and forth, but Reputation has forever been my number 1 album since Reputation came out. And I'm an OG Swiftie. I had her music from debut. I was a high school OG girl.
So 1989's my fave, so I'm pretty stoked.
Which is in my top 3. I think it's a great album.
It's so all of it. Like, I don't know if there's a single song that I don't like. I'd have to look. But most of them are good.
I'm trying to think. 1989. There might be 1 or 2 that I skip on it as I listen to the CD solely because it's just one of the, I'm like I'll skip Shake It Off, but that's solely because I've heard it so much. I'm like, let's get to the meat and bones of the album. Like I do the same thing with a Reputation. I'll skip Bad Blood, but I like the Kendrick Lamar remix version better. So I usually throw that in my playlist somewhere. But I could probably do a couple podcasts talking about Tay Tay. I adore the girl. She's amazing. Okay. Little Mermaid. They finally announced a Disney Plus date for Little Mermaid. That is coming September 6th.
I saw that.
Very excited so that I can finally watch that because I did not see that in theaters.
Same.
What I'm a little bit more sad about is we still don't have a Disney Plus date for Elemental. We do have a digital date.
It's still in theaters though, right?
It is, yeah.
I still gotta go.
We have a digital date of August 15th, which could mean it's pulling off theaters soon. So if you want to go see it in theaters, do it quick.
It's doing so well.
It's doing very well. And then it's going to Blu-ray, DVD, etc. September 26th. So there is, it's coming. If it's going to video September 26th, it probably means it's not going to hit Disney Plus until November. Because I feel like Little Mermaid went to Blu-ray and DVD last month, and it's not hitting Disney Plus until next month, so it's usually a 2-month gap, I feel like. But yeah, Elemental is doing very well. I don't have the most recent numbers, but I know it was over 400 million. Was it over 500 million? Let me look. I say that like I don't have a computer in front of me. Why can't you just give me the number? As of August 7th, 2023, a grand total of $425 million,
Jeez.
which is great for movies those days. It's nowhere near Barbie. Look, I want to put this into perspective. Barbie's over $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, billion with a B for Barbie. So yeah, putting it in perspective, like Elemental is doing very well compared to other Disney and Pixar movies that have been released post-COVID. It's still not doing well compared to pre-COVID movies.
Yeah.
And if you put it up against a movie like Barbie, it's just pummeled. But it's still doing very well. If you guys haven't seen it and you want to see it in theaters, go do so. It's very good. I enjoyed it. I'm very excited for it to come out on Disney Plus so that I can watch it. Because we'll probably watch it like every day. It's Little Dude's one of his favorite movies. So it'll be in the Mario Bros rotation.
Oh, we bought that. I love
So
that
good.
movie.
Yeah, we bought the day that came out on digital. We bought it because we knew he was gonna watch it nonstop.
Hmm.
That'll be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Saw that this weekend. Very good movie. That will also be in the rotation because he loved that.
That's awesome.
I was shocked by the Rotten Tomatoes reviews on that because they were so high, and like most Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies are very low
Yeah.
rated. But it didn't. Once I saw the movie, I was like, oh, it makes sense. It's a very good movie.
I honestly don't think I knew that there was even a new one coming out.
It's great. I was not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles girly, so I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
And I've watched a ton of it in the last like 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
I've watched more in the last 4 days than I have in my 30 years of life. And it's good. It's fun. Speaking of movies, continuing on that theme, I heard Haunted Mansion was very good.
Yeah, Benny told me that he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he said there's a lot of Easter eggs.
Hmm.
So, like if you're a big Disney fan and you're watching it, there's little things that are in there that might not be quite catchable to everybody, but maybe catchable to you. Like there's one part where there's a chain hanging, and it's the same chain that they use for the line for the attraction.
cool.
So like if you know the attraction, like that's noticeable.
Right.
So like especially if you're a big Haunted Mansion fan, definitely go see the movie. I am excited to see it. I think we're gonna see it in theaters. I didn't realize how long it was.
How long is it?
2 hours, which like I guess is standard. I've gotten so used to like kid movies where they're
Yeah.
an hour and a half that I don't want to sit another half an hour.
Hmm.
Seeing Oppenheimer was miserable for me just due to the 3 hour length. It was a good movie. It's not my style of movie, but I can appreciate that it was a very well done movie. But 3 hours is not my thing.
I honestly don't remember the last time I went to the movie theater for a movie.
Really?
I think it was our anniversary. Was it last year or the year before?
Wow.
It's been a long time. Yikes.
We got to get you at least out to see some Disney and Pixar movies. We got to support those box offices.
Yes, I need to bring. I think Briggs would really like Elemental, so I think we'll probably
It was very
do that.
good. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. If you're looking to buy tickets for Disney World for Mickey's Not So Scary, dates are selling out surprisingly quickly. 7 dates as of when I wrote these notes, which was like 2 days ago. 7 dates have sold out. Whereas this time, I think last year only 3 had sold out. So they are going quickly. You need to go buy your tickets if you are looking at going. Don't sit on the fence much longer.
Question.
Mhm.
How come they don't sell out as quickly as the one at Oogie Boogie Bash?
Oogie Boogie is a better party.
Is it?
Yep, there's more characters. The treat trails are way better.
Because I feel like
Um,
that was sold out like that.
There's also a lot of merch, and I think the sellout for LA is bigger than the sellout for Disney World. And there's less people. So Disney World, like Magic Kingdom, can hold more people. They're selling more tickets for each night event than they are for Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland. So it's
Right.
going to sell out faster because there are less tickets available.
Dang. Yeah.
I don't know about show count, but definitely they sell less tickets nightly for Oogie Boogie because it's just a smaller event, smaller park.
Yeah, because we're going, I think, like middle to end of September. And I was going to see if I could get tickets like when they were on sale. And I was on the day that the first day that they went on sale. And then it remember it crashed, like the website didn't work. And then they made another day and I totally forgot. So. Oh, well.
Yep. Yeah, that one, who is it? Tim Tracker actually has a really good video because he does Mickey's Not So Scary every year. But they did Oogie Boogie, I think last year with their son, who is a year younger than our boys, I think. That's one of the other reasons I really like watching his videos is because I get a good idea of what the boys would like because same age as the Tracker's son. But he has a really good video. So if you have any questions about it, that is a good one to look for on YouTube. His videos are super fun and give you a lot of info.
Excellent.
I saw something really interesting. Disney's looking at more AI and they are hiring specific jobs for AI and how to use it in the parks. Which I'm interested in and then also worried about.
Yeah.
AI still worries me as a whole.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary.
I think it could it could be useful for more insight for things. And depending on how they're using it, they could develop things better for the parks. If they're using AI, they could introduce AI to okay, if you don't want to poll, if you've got kids listening or you don't want the magic to poll, skip ahead 3 minutes. The Monster Laugh Floor, the way that they do that and they have the monsters on the screen talking to you is that they have cast members behind the screens talking and they're interacting with you that way. Technically, if they could figure it out, that could be AI. I mean, we talk to ChatGPT all the time. It could recognize the voice and put it like you're talking to Siri and then pop out a voice for you. And then you don't have to spend the money on those cast members doing that, which is a downfall cast member side, but it could produce better shows. There's things they could do with it, but this is where I come from. It's very interesting, but it's also scary from an aspect of, okay, how far are we going to go with it? Is it going to be the thing like our Walmarts out here have 2 cash registers open and then everything else is self-checkout because it's all just computer generated. Okay, are we going that route of AI or are we doing a different route of creative AI?
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with it or how to integrate it.
They had a couple job openings for it. Scott Gustin had the link tweeted. So tweeted. I still don't know what to call it. It's just tweeted.
Is it still called Twitter? Just a different?
No, it's X. Everything's rebranded to X. So I still call our generation will always call it Twitter. It's one of the how people Hollywood Studios was MGM Studios for years and years and years. So depending on the generation you talk to will change what they call that park. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to call it Twitter. Our kids will call it X.
That's so bizarre.
It's weird. But yeah, so they have a link if you want to go check out those job postings. Christmas, Disneyland announced their dates. It's going to be November 10th through January 7th for their Christmas celebration. And that includes World of Color, Season of Light, and another show that I apparently forgot to write down as I was reading the tweet. But there is another show. that wasn't the only one. I'm scrolling through trying to find it quickly, but I can't. So that'd be cool. Happy to see the dates announced. Oh, I didn't write it down because it was Haunted Mansion Holiday, which I already knew was a thing. So you got the Haunted Mansion for the Christmas stuff, which is the usual, and then they're bringing back the seasons the seasonal World of Color.
Excellent.
Excellent. That'll be fun. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Earnings call. This I do need my tweets for. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. It wasn't very interesting. I feel like everything they talked about we already knew.
Working on Disney parks stuff.
Yeah, which I was like, ooh, interesting. What are they announcing? And the only thing that I found interesting that I hadn't seen before, but was probably on there, was they're bringing Frozen themed lands to Paris, which just kind of cements that Paris and Tokyo will be one of my first parks internationally I go to. Because I finally get Frozen. So they have Frozen in Hong Kong and they're bringing it to Paris, which I saw a tweet for the other day. Zootopia in Shanghai.
That's cool.
And then Avatar finally to Disneyland at some point. I don't know where they're putting that.
Where are they going to fit it?
I don't know.
They must have secret land somewhere.
Hey, knock down this hotel over here. Okay. Is this the one thing I don't get is space in Disneyland? Because literally you pull it up on Google Maps and it's just surrounded by hotels and parking lots. And it's like, are you going to knock one of those? Are you going to buy it from somebody? It's good luck spending that kind of money because they know who's buying it. Oh.
So go under one of them shell companies. No one will know. It's a secret.
So more stuff's coming, I guess. I don't know. I didn't find a lot that was super interesting out of it. They announced the price increase for Disney Plus. So there will be it'll be like Hulu. So there will be commercial version and then like a non-commercial version. So the commercial version will be $7.99. That's what it'll stay at. And then the commercial free version will be $14 per month beginning September 6th. I feel like I already pay that. I might buy the bundle though. I might do the Disney Hulu bundle.
I don't know what I pay.
I have to look at that.
I just pay it. Just take my money.
Like I'm not gonna not have it. I can't live without it. The child loves it. I love Bluey. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yep. I love I love Bluey.
Ironically, I say that. I got so excited over the new episodes of Bluey that came to Disney Plus, and I started scrolling through them and realized I had watched every single one on TikTok already.
Oh gosh.
Because people post that with the 10-minute TikToks, they post the full episode. And I had watched the full episodes of all of the new season. And I was like, well,
let's start over.
Thanks, TikTok. Started again. I was like, well, let's just start at the beginning of season 2. I've seen season 1 too many times. That's all I had. It was a really slow update week, I feel like.
Yeah. I didn't see
I was
much.
just stuck on Taylor tickets all week. That's all that's on my Twitter right now. Both. Okay. So here's how we're gonna do this. We've got top 5 video games. We cannot repeat a franchise. So it has to be one title from a specific franchise. And we'll start with 5 and go up to 1. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? Rock, paper, scissors.
You go first. I don't know if I have an order. I just have a top 5. Like, I don't know what my top 1 would be.
Okay. Well, you have to figure out your top 1 minimum. Because it's your favorite video game of all time. You got one in there. I know you do. So my number 5 is my first ever FPS. My first ever first-person shooter. I started playing this in 2002. It had been out for like 3 years already. So Unreal Tournament, which if you have heard the name Unreal, but you don't know the game, it is because Epic Games, which was created in 1991, created Unreal and Unreal Tournament, and from that started selling their Unreal Engine, which is what Fortnite runs on today, along with other games. So if you know Fortnite, you are very familiar with Epic Games, and all of that comes from Unreal Tournament. So Unreal Tournament was my original FPS game. My parents played a little bit of Medal of Honor, and we had like a family-friendly clan we were a part of, and like everybody's kids and parents were all playing together. It was really fun. and then we switched into Unreal Tournament. And I liked it. It has a lot of fun game modes. My favorite FPS game mode ever, called Assault. I played on this, where you have somebody attacking a base and somebody defending a base, and you have to get through different objectives through the base. Like, you have to break through the wall and then go
cool.
under the water to blow something up, and then like you finally win the base. It's so much fun. It's a blast to do. So Unreal Tournament is my number 5. And fun fact, they are doing alpha testing on a new version of Unreal Tournament right now. So
Oh,
that
really?
means that it looks like it's the same storyline, the same characters, but just updated, probably like more years in the future. So I'm really looking forward to when that goes into beta testing. And I had a fangirl moment. There is a user on Twitch that I was used to seeing in Dr. Lupo's chat, and then I'm used to seeing in Jen's chat. He works for Epic, and he was one of the original game builders on Unreal Tournament. And I was like, I have to thank you for my childhood, because I would not be where I am today with gaming if not for that game.
That's so
Period.
cool.
And he's like, oh yeah, I did some map building. And I was like, it's so cool. Thank you so much. I love you.
And he's like, okay, this
yeah,
lady's crazy.
It was definitely one of those moments where I look back and I'm like, I was too much, but I cannot explain. Like, I would not have played Call of Duty if I didn't play Unreal Tournament, and I wouldn't play Fortnite. And I have an insane number of hours in Fortnite. Even if I don't touch it, I won't touch it anymore. But it wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't have met Cozy if Unreal Tournament wasn't made.
Thank you, Unreal Tournament.
End of line. Also, Epic Games is really old, and I didn't realize that. That was fun research.
I didn't realize that it was that old.
Yep. You got to pick one.
Oh, number 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
Okay. Mine's actually a Disney game.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I have no, spoiler alert, there's no Disney games on my list. I'm so sorry.
There is for me, because I like playing this off stream.
Okay.
Dreamlight Valley, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to guess that was somewhere on your list.
It's just so relaxing, so full of Disney everything. It's so good. Wait, I actually need to play it. I haven't been gaming much at all. But I need to play the new update because Vanellope's there and I love her. Anyways, yeah.
I gotta try that one. I haven't tried that one yet either.
Yeah, because I really do enjoy kind of farming sim games and those kind of things. Like just cozy games. Animal Crossing was one that I played all the different Animal Crossings as they came out. So it being kind of like that, but with Disney characters just made it better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a just nice cozy game I can play by myself and just relax.
It's very relaxing. I don't blame you at all.
There's just no stress.
I have a very similar style game on my list. So like I understand completely.
I think I know what it is.
You probably do. I have 400 hours in it. So like I've definitely we'll talk about it.
Wow.
Okay, my number 4, Super Mario World, also known as Super Mario Advance 2, because the version that I played was on Game Boy Advance. So Super Mario World is a remake of the SNES version of Super Mario World. Just more accessible, different game, console. So it was just so good. Like, so my mom was a real estate agent when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And being an only child, I got dragged around to all of her appointments.
Right.
All of her house showings, sitting hours in her office while she did like contracts and met with clients and stuff. And so reading and my Game Boy Advance, eventually into like my Nintendo DS, etc., was what I had to spend my time with. And it was Super Mario World and then Yoshi's Island. And Super Mario World was fantastic. I have 100%ed that game several times. And like when I think of my classic Mario experience, like it's that one.
Right.
But like, and I grew up playing other things, right? Like I grew up playing Mario Kart, 64. We played Mario Golf all the time. Mario parties, I love, I adore it. I try to beg everybody to play Mario parties with me, and nobody wants to play Mario parties with me. And I just want to play. But
Jerks.
Super Mario World, out of the Mario, it was really hard picking a Mario franchise. But that one's the one for me. I put that solidly at my number 4, and lots of very fond memories sitting back and playing that.
I love that. My number 4.
2002. It came in 2002.
My number 4 is Fall Guys.
Oh yeah.
Just I have a lot of hours in that game. Too many hours, probably. But it did so much for me.
I was gonna say it's never too many hours when you've made as much money off that game as you've made.
Yeah.
Because you've won tournaments on that game.
Yes. I've won the most money playing that game. That game helped us get into
Weren't you
this
like
house.
in the top 10?
Yeah, I'm the top 7. I'm number 7.
Top
the
earner.
7th most earned player of the Fall Guys. So that just, it did so much for me, like with my stream, financially, just everything.
Yeah.
And it's a fun game. Like I can hop back into it and just play and have fun.
It's like riding a bike.
Mm-hmm. But
And then they
also
have the
rage.
creative where you can make the maps now too.
Yes.
It's like that's a big community thing. Like people are kind of like big communities are like, oh, let's all build maps and then we're just gonna run them together as a community. Like, and that's great that they're able to. I mean, it's another Epic Games, right? I'm not shocked. Epic's going hard with all the creative maps and being able to build your own stuff, but it's a smart move
Very smart.
because it's keeping people playing it. It's not getting old because people are like, here's this new map I just built.
And they don't have to do anything.
Right.
Epic doesn't have to do anything.
Just there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's probably my number 4.
All right. My number 3. This was another hard one. I had a hard time picking out of the franchise. I play the series a lot. When I would stream, I streamed this.
Wait, I know what it is.
What is it?
Shoot, I don't remember the name.
Ah!
I don't remember the name.
So it's the
Borderlands.
Borderlands series.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went with number 2. And I think it's because it's the one I've probably replayed the most. I still, like, I've beat number 3. But I didn't beat it by myself. And the person I played it with was like speed running it. And so I don't remember the end at all. So I need to go back and beat it.
Oh, dang.
But there's a lot. So like there's Borderlands 1, 2, and 3. There's a pre-sequel. There's a Tales of the Borderlands, which is a Telltale Games where it's a choose your own adventure. And the decisions you make through it impact how the game plays out and what's happening to your character, which I love. I love those styles of games. But yeah, Borderlands 2, it's so, yeah, it's just like a classic shoot 'em up character storyline. That was a big thing for me. It was a great storyline game. It's not the first game that Trey and I played together, but it was one of the ones that we played. We played a lot of Call of Duty, and then we played Borderlands. And it's just so good. There's so much to do in it. I have not successfully 100% any of the Borderlands games yet. If you know me with gaming, especially storyline games, I have to 100% things. That's like the thing I love to do most. This one just has so much to do. I haven't been able to. And I have insane number of hours into this game, and I haven't been able to 100% it yet. Probably because I keep starting over. Because I'm like, oh, I want to play this one again.
Wah, wah.
But yeah, it's so good. I love that one.
Nice. I don't think I've ever played a Borderlands game.
It is so good.
I don't think so. Hey, my number 3, gonna laugh, is Fortnite.
I know. I'm not gonna laugh because I knew it was in your top 5.
It has to be.
I just
because,
didn't know where.
Again, just like Fall Guys, it did. That's how I started streaming, and so
How many hours do you think you have in it?
I know how many.
How many do you have in it?
Almost 3,000.
That's actually. I gotta see how many hours I have in mine. Mine's uninstalled, so it might not actually. It's not gonna tell me because mine's uninstalled. I feel like the last time I checked, I had 2,000 hours.
Yeah, I have 2,900.
You know what's insane about that? It I mean that was popular 2017, 2018, and like it blew up. It was everybody's lives for how many years?
It was my life for a lot of years. Well, I started streaming in 2019, and that's the game I started streaming.
Yeah.
And I've just recently stopped consistently playing the game.
I will be happy to never touch it again.
Yeah,
like, I could not be happier.
I don't really love playing it anymore, but like I wouldn't have met you if I didn't play it. I've met so many awesome people that are now some of my best friends who I've never met in real life. Some of them I have, but most of them I haven't, and I wouldn't have done that without the game.
Yeah. That's what's so frustrating for me is I cannot stand the game anymore. I don't want to play it. It's uninstalled off my PC. I don't want to do anything with it.
Yeah.
But like my circle of friends as is today, I would not have met if we didn't have Fortnite because we played Fortnite before we even got onto Twitch. And we got onto Twitch because Trey's best friend started streaming. And then that's just how we started meeting everybody and being in each other's streams. And like I'm literally everybody that I text on a daily basis is from Fortnite.
Yeah.
Some one way or another is because of Fortnite. So like,
and it was super fun too.
Yeah. Once
Like,
upon
there
a
was-
time, it was great.
Oh, there was so many, like I just have so many good memories playing the game and just hanging out with people and meeting people while playing. So I couldn't not put it on the list because it's like done so much.
Yeah.
For me socially.
It
as
was an
well.
honorable mention for me. And I didn't talk about it as an honorable mention because I knew it would be on your list.
Yeah.
But like it was super, super fun at one point in time. Like
Mhm.
woke up how early? 4 a.m.,
Yep.
5 a.m. to
Mhm.
get on for updates just to play, just to be one of the first people to see it. And then the updates weren't done yet. And so then you had to wait another 2 hours and then you were just on no sleep at all. And then the events, which they haven't done an event in a hot minute because, you know, I don't know, they just want the whole game to go to garbage. But I bring back season 1 style.
Yeah.
Some season 2 style. And
Mhm.
like, it's a whole different game. I miss it, but I miss the old style. Like I don't miss
Yeah.
it enough to reinstall it and play it
No.
at all.
If
I
it
have
was
no
like
desire.
if it was like it was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago. Then
What is it? The Project Nova that's finally up and running, where I think it's basically chapter 1, season 7 or
What is
season
that?
8. So it's called Project Nova, and it's literally Fortnite. You load it, you are in the Christmas, the snow with the planes. You're in that season.
I loved that.
I hated that season. It was probably one of my least favorite chapter 1 seasons, if I'm being honest. But it is old school Fortnite.
Yeah.
And people are really into it. You can load in. There's like thousands of people that play it, so you get into a full lobby really quickly. I think Alec played it and said like it was actually. He's like, oh, it felt like old Fortnite again.
That's so awesome.
So like I might download and try that. I'm not re-downloading Fortnite. Oh, sorry. Never again.
Would you if there's an event?
No.
No.
I'd watch somebody else.
I'd play it, but
No, I would I'd have somebody stream open and I'd just be watching them.
yeah.
It takes up so much space. I don't want that on my computer anymore.
It's just so sad that it's not as good as it was.
I know. And so it is the danger of having a constantly updating game. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a game that you just build and put out there and you will put like bug fixes out for, but you don't update. Like this was a constantly updating game, which was really cool for a really long time. And then I don't know, they ran out of ideas or something.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 2. I have almost 400 hours in this game. I have multiple hundreds of hours in other games that are like it because I love this one so much.
I know what it is.
Stardew Valley.
Mhm.
I adore this game. For me, like this is my cozy farming sim. The storyline's really cute. The characters you meet are cute. You get to have like a fun little romance line with somebody from the village. There's a bunch of people you can pick from. So like every time I replay, I pick somebody different just so that I can get the different storylines through because it changes and they're updating it. Like the guy who it is a single developer. This is the biggest thing for me. Like this
Oh,
is a huge
really?
game. It is one person. It
That's
is a
impressive.
single dev named Concerned Ape. I don't remember his like real name, but that's his dev name. And he is the one who built, developed, does all of the updates, everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like knowing how much is into this, it's so cool to see. I was joking with somebody the other day. I have as many hours as I do in it, and I didn't realize that there was like a whole nother island you could explore because I just hadn't reached that point in the game because there's so many other things to do in it.
Right.
And so it just expanded more for me to do. And I got sucked back in because like I took a break. I played something else for a while. And then I was like, oh, I want to play this. And I found out there was this whole other island and experience. And I was like, oh my God.
How have I missed this?
It was all over from there. Like another 100 hours came from that alone, I think.
Oh no.
And then on top of that, there's a new game I've been playing called Coral Island, which feels like an identical Stardew reskin. Like it's the same premise. The mines open up on the same day. It rains on the same day for the first time. And it is amazing. And it gives me that first time Stardew feel again where I'm like exploring and learning it. So I've been playing that a lot. But yeah, Stardew Valley has been fantastic. I love it with all my being. It will always be my cozy game. It's so good. The music, I have a playlist that I listen to while I work if I don't want to I usually have a stream or YouTube open and I'm watching a video while I work
Mhm.
just for background noise. And if I really need to concentrate on something and don't get distracted by what somebody's saying or like to sing along with lyrics, I play a video game music playlist, which has all of the music from Stardew Valley in it, as well as other video games I love. It is so relaxing.
I love
so
that
good.
for you.
That's what I put on at night when I'm trying to relax and I want to fall asleep and I need background noise in bed. I turn on a no commentary Stardew playthrough and just listen to the noise like while I read a book or something.
That's fun.
It's so relaxing. It is my ideal cozy game.
That's great. Okay, my number. I had a hard time choosing between my number 1 and 2. But do I want to flip
There's
it?
2 games I expect you to have on this list, and I don't know if they're your top 2. And it's actually, I'm really curious.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm curious. I think one of them is. My number 2 is part of the Halo franchise.
Yep.
Mhm.
I knew there was a Halo.
Yeah. So the first Halo I played was Halo 2, but my favorite one was Halo Reach.
Okay.
The campaign is the best out of all of them, I think. Halo 3 and Halo Reach are, I don't know if I could, no, I still think Reach is probably my favorite campaign. But I grew up playing Halo, started with Halo 2, and I played every single one until now. It's a game, like my cousins would have LAN parties at their house. Like,
LAN parties.
yeah, like my older cousins, they're like 7 and 8 years older than I am, but they'd let me come and I'd just like stay in my little corner and they'd let me play. I was like so excited. But then all their friends would get so pissed when I just destroy them. So it's just like, it was my first FPS as well. So my first,
Special place in your heart.
yeah. And yeah, just all those memories playing with my cousins and their friends. And then we would play online when that got better. And yeah, it's just so good. So many
Halo?
good memories.
I don't remember which Halo, but Halo is the first game where I was accused of screen sniping because of LAN parties.
Screen
I'd be like,
peeking.
Yeah, they're like, stop looking at my screen. And I'm like, bro, I'm not. All of our screens are on top of each other. Of course, it looks like I'm looking at yours. Our TVs are stacked. Like, what do you want from me right now?
Oh, so
Yeah, that
funny.
was I was that was so funny because like with the other FPS I had played, like I wasn't big into Halo. I only played Halo when I went over to one of my friends' houses and they would like have LAN parties like that.
hmm
It was the first time in a shooting game I I watched people get like gamer rage because my parents didn't when we played games like that. And then when we played in like our little like family clan, I, nobody got mad in that either because it was just like little kids and then adults who knew they were playing with little kids. So like nobody did it. So that was my first experience of people like just absolutely raging on a game and
You're like,
quitting and like
whoa.
being mad. It was so funny.
Yeah,
And then COD. After that came COD, and so like
yeah.
that was an
It's even
eye
worse.
opener.
So yeah, I think Reach are 3, but Reach is. I'll say that one.
Halo's been consistently on my list of games I need to play because I never played a single Halo campaign in my life.
Halo 3 campaign is fantastic.
Okay.
And then Halo Reach.
What's the new one? Is it Halo Infinity that came out
Halo
like a
Infinite,
year or two
yeah.
ago?
Yep. I haven't played that
Did we
campaign.
just not play that? Was that the one where we played the one that you got a spray in? The Portal
Splitgate?
one? Splitgate. We played a bunch of Splitgate and then we tried Halo after that and it just didn't have the same sticking power. Like I feel like we tried it.
Yeah. I never played the newest campaign. Because Halo 4's campaign, I think, kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
And then 5 is like, meh.
I gotta try those. Okay. Are we ready for our number ones?
I think so.
My number one was another one I had a really hard time picking the franchise, like picking one out of the franchise. And this is so funny. I didn't realize which one it was going to be until I put all of the music from the games onto this video game playlist. And I was listening to it while I worked one day. And like, I recognize all the music from the game 1 and game 3 for this. I could tell you exactly the world name for game 2 every time the music came on. And I was like, oh, that one's going to be my favorite because I clearly know it much, much better.
Right.
So Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. It's not a hard game. It was built for, I think they said their target audience was like 8 to 10-year-olds. I played it when I was 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And I played it my entire life. So Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage came out in 1999. I think I started playing Spyro 1 in either 99 or 2000. And so I ate up 1 and 2 really quickly, and then 3 came out. And that was the original trilogy. And then a different game developer started putting out other versions. So like I have played every single Spyro game ever created except for the last iteration that isn't the reimagined trilogy. It was when they had like Elijah Wood voicing Spyro. I hate that series. I want nothing to do with it. And then you start talking about Skylanders. Skylanders is a curse word in this house. We don't talk about it. It doesn't exist. They did my boy Spyro dirty. But yeah, so Spyro has been my favorite game. Period. Forever. Ever and ever and ever. I can 100% that game. Like Spyro 1, I can 100% in probably like 2 hours. And I'm not a speedrunner. Like I can 100% that quickly. Spyro 2, I think it takes me like 3 hours, and then Spyro 3 takes about 2.5 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had a serious gaming session with Reimagined Trilogy and I sat down and I beat that game in a day. And then I restarted it to beat it again. It was so good.
That's awesome.
The music for Spyro 2 is iconic. If you haven't played Spyro, again, look, it is an easy game.
Yeah.
It is a super easy, you walk into different worlds and you beat each world and you collect things and you beat the bosses. But that for me makes it a very cozy, relaxing game. And the music, like Stardew Valley's music is phenomenal. Spyro's music to me is iconic. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Every level has different music, but they all have a common thread coming through them. And you're like, oh, that's Spyro music. Like you can recognize it once you get used to it.
Right.
And it's done by Stuart Copeland. A bunch of the voices are voiced by Tom Kenny throughout the original trilogy, who voices SpongeBob
Oh, cool.
and a bunch of other things. So like the voices become very recognizable. It is. I wish it wasn't as easy of a game as it was, because I think everybody should play this game. But I know it's not made. Like Trey wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I would. I love every second of it. I can't. Aiden. It was Aiden's first video game he ever played.
Mhm.
I have video of him making Spyro run around the TV.
I think you sent that to me
I did.
forever ago.
It's his first ever video game. It was a moment. He recognizes Spyro. He'll see the icon on my computer and be like, "Oh, mommy, can we play Spyro?" And I'm like, "Yes, we can play Spyro." Come here, sit on my lap. It's a moment. So Spyro 2 is my favorite. If you don't recognize the name, it was also called Gateway to Glimmer in other countries, because like Ripto's Rage was already taken, or the translation of it was like a curse word or something. I don't know. So they changed the name into some other countries.
I played it on my Game Boy Color.
So good.
I think it was on that, right?
No,
What was
it was
on?
a PlayStation exclusive. They had Spyro games for Game Boy Advance, but I don't think Ripto's Rage was on anything other than PlayStation and then PC.
I played it on a Nintendo something handheld.
It was one of the it probably would have
Advance?
been Season of Fire or Season of Ice.
Yeah, Game Boy
Those were on
Advance. Is
Game
it the
Boy
flip one?
Advance. Yep. DS was the flip. Ba-da-ba-ba-da,
What was the other flip one? This one.
ba-da-ba-ba-da, ba-ba.
Anyways, good one. What do you think my number one is?
A Mario game.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't sure which Mario it was going to be, but I knew that your top 5 in some kind of order were going to be a Mario game, Fortnite, Fall Guys, Halo, and then I was up in the air on number 5.
What was my number 5?
I
Oh,
don't remember.
Dreamlight.
Yeah, that's right. I had Dreamlight in there somewhere.
Yeah, so it is Mario. And I had a hard
Which
time.
one?
I had a hard time choosing because I love all Mario games. Mario was the first video game I ever played. My mom taught me how to play video games playing Mario on the NES.
This is how I knew it was going to be your number 1.
Yeah. I guess looking at my top games, it's like all of them are because I have good memories.
Yep. That's
So
what I was talking with Trey too. I was like, I know that Spyro 2 isn't the best game in the world, but the memories that I have with it are unmatched.
Yeah. So yeah. So she taught me how to game Super Mario on the NES. But so it was between that one and actually Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Oh yeah. Aiden
Uh,
loves that one.
And that I think that's my top.
We play that one on
because-
Switch a lot. It's a lot of fun.
I played it so much with my cousins. They come over and we played through the whole thing together as cousins. So we start from the very beginning and then we made it all the way to the end. And I remember the day we made it to the end. We
Oh my
were
goodness.
freaking out in the basement. It was like the biggest celebration ever. But like you can turn into a bubble if you're going to fall off the edge. You hit a button and you turn into a bubble. And so people would be yelling that they're turning into a bubble and you have to pop them. And it was just like, it was chaotic.
It was chaos.
It was so much chaos. And it was so good because of the chaos. We were
That's
all
so much
sitting there with
fun.
our controllers and then everybody bubbles and then you'll lose the level because everyone's in a bubble. It was
you
just,
can't pop yourself once you're in it.
yeah. So if all of you go in a bubble at the same time without knowing, then you have to start over.
That's so fun.
But yeah, that's my number one. It was so, and it's such a good game. It's like, it's a classic Mario platformer.
Mario is one of those things that like
Multiplayer.
they have a pattern, they have a
Mhm.
mold.
Yeah.
And as long as they don't stray too far from it, it's just going to be a good game.
Yep.
Super excited for the new one coming out.
Oh, so good.
I can't wait.
It's a platformer. which
Yeah.
is awesome because
Really
I feel
looking
like
forward to
they
it.
do like an Odyssey type game and then a platformer.
Which is because
because-
I'm ready for another Odyssey type game. So do this
Yes.
platformer, then maybe next year we get a new one.
Yeah, like Super Mario Galaxy. Did you play those?
No.
Loved
So anything
both of those.
anything that was on GameCube I missed because GameCube was the only console I didn't own at some point in time.
Mhm.
And then
Wii U.
I didn't start getting back super into Mario stuff until we got the Switch. Like I
Okay.
played some on the Wii, but it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, so I played all the Super Mario Galaxy games. There's
Those ones I'm working my way through now.
there's 2 super good. Great story. There's great like levels and lands and areas that you go to. Ugh, so good. Would recommend.
So good. So yeah, I have to play. So we have Sunshine, Galaxies, and then I have to beat Odyssey. We've been working our way through Odyssey slowly. It's one of Aiden's favorites.
I have beat Odyssey once. I need to try again.
There's again, it's slow going because I have to 100% things. Like Trey will not. We used to play Lego games together. He won't play Lego games with me anymore because I'm running around
Collect
the
all
area
of
that
the
you're in
things.
trying to find all the pieces so we can like get the like we played the Lego Star Wars one, and so I had to run around and collect enough Lego pieces to get True Jedi every single time.
Right.
And he's like, "Come on, hurry up!" And I'm like, "I didn't check over here yet. Come back." Because you can't move the screen until the other person's with you.
Right.
So yeah, so it's slow going for the Mario games for me, but I love them.
So good. Ugh.
See, now my only problem is we're trying to play Sea of Thieves. I love Val, and I'm trying to complete the battle pass for Val, but I also want to play Stardew and Coral Island, and now I want to replay all through Spyro. And I'm like, I don't have enough time, and I've got to pick and choose. It is
Yeah.
hard.
What do I play tonight?
I was gonna say something with your Switch, but I don't even want to touch your computer setup right now. So, you know,
I feel
I
like
don't
I
know.
could just plug it into the monitor and be okay. We'll see.
I don't know. Your computer scares me right now.
Scares me
You're-
too.
Your setup is frightening.
Wah, wah.
I don't. You have Xbox Game Pass now, right?
I do now.
There's a bunch of games on. I have a ton in my wish list. Also, Coral Island. Now you got to play Stardew first. You played like a day of Stardew,
Yeah, I need to play
like
more of
an
that.
in-game day. I think I looked at it the other day. You played like 16 minutes of Stardew.
Is that it? Let me see.
I think so.
Is that on?
Because I wanted to see if anybody came close to the number of hours I have in
No,
it.
69 minutes it says.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Nice. I'll send you a screenshot. It's actually 69 minutes.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and for listening to us talk a little bit about Disney, but mostly about the other things that brought us together. Video games are very near and dear to our hearts. So
Yep.
that's always a fun topic. And I appreciate it for you guys hanging out. I don't know what we're going to do next week, but if you guys want to hear something specific, you want to hear us talk about whatever you want to hear us talk about, shoot us a message, let us know, and I'm sure we can work it in. Otherwise, we'll just come at you with a fun and fresh new episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe we should talk the Dreamlight Valley update. We haven't done that at all.
I'll have to
'Cause
play
neither
it
one of us
first.
have played it yet. So we'll let you guys know what we're gonna do next week. But until then, y'all are cute. Stay cute. And we hope you guys have the best day ever. Bye.